and I requested the DPP to find out from head office whether legal assistance extended to suing a person for defaming you in the course of carrying out your duties. And I was informed that no, it is not possible because that is a personal problem, not
now
an NPA.
Now, Paul O'Sullivan sent you an email on the 6th of December 2017. He called you names and others. You, Michael, we are part of a criminal conspiracy. You were either the most stupid, gullible prosecutor in South Africa or the most crooked prosecutor in South Africa. Which is it? Either way, you are no longer fit for the purpose and you have to go. Did that happen?
Yes.
Eventually. He got rid of you? Or
No.
the NPA got rid of you?
No, remember at the DPP, I had the protection of the DPP advocate, Mzinyati, who knew about the case. And my supervisor also knew and understood the charges, the crimes that had been committed. So he wouldn't have succeeded.
Now, because these emails were sent to Sibongile Mzinyati, the one we are talking about now.
Yes.
Sean S.K. Abrams, Glenis Breitenberg, Andrew KMA, I don't know who's that, is it Chauke? The one who's facing, who's on the inquiry?
Yes.
Don't you think we should call him in this committee? In your view, what's your take?
I have no...
No, I'm just asking you.
I have no view.
I think we have to call him as well. I mean, the language used here by O'Sullivan, disrespect of the highest level, white supremacy at its best, living under the apartheid. You know, what I'm reading here is scary, Che. Scary. But because there's a lot of attachment and we don't have enough time, I'm just going to read few here. The way the man was in charge, he says here, your resignation will be acceptable, followed by your removal as an advocate, and then a criminal trial. Nothing less will do. I repeat, I was 10,000 kilometers away when the raids by IPID were launched. I only knew about it when the media called me. What they got through the raids is, I hear, truly damning and brings you into a criminal syndicate along with Patlani. The phone records will prove all of that. If you are still working for the NPA, when I get back to South Africa in February, I shall launch an application to have you suspended, along with the fake advocate Mlojwa. Charge me with intimidation if you dare. I will face you in court and finish what you started. I've not forgotten that you have fraudulently signed a J50 for me and Sarah Jane Trenet. You thought you will stop us. Did you? Wrong, Michael. Just look here. Take a good look. You will see the criminal against you and the other rubbish. He calls everyone rubbish. He calls everyone rubbish. He said that here in this core committee, that we are talking rubbish. In the NPA, with more coming soon, if you cannot prosecute you, we'll expose you. And guess what? The donations are rolling in the forensic for justice. We have millions now, enough to sustain a really good fight. And I can tell you now, all those so-called, what they call them? Civil society organizations, they are quiet. Because of color and nothing else. South Africa, we are afraid of speaking out the truth. They are not saying anything. They are not joining. They are not saying anything. No statement, zero. But the more I deal with a low life, dishonest people like you, the more I love my dogs. That's Paul O'Sullivan saying that to you. What's your take on that?
it's obviously extortion because he's threatening a prosecutor and insulting a prosecutor because he wanted to have the advantage of his prosecution or not proceeding. So that's extortion. It's contravention of Section 32(1) B in terms of threatening, insulting, and hindering a prosecutor for doing his job. That is why I say I didn't at that stage want to open criminal cases because it would have jeopardized the Camille Draft case because of a conflict. So that is what they were pushing. He did not care whatever he said, as long as I could get away from the case of Camille Draft.
Now, in the same emails which he sent to you, he says here, I've left South Africa on 11/27 and have been working tirelessly since the exposing of the road in South Africa from London. See an attached speech of Lord Hayne. I think those who knows Lord Hayne, they will understand who I'm talking about. London can move against SOEs in South Africa, yet the police and NPA has been paralyzed due to criminal capture. There's a lot more coming out from London and Washington soon that will expose the rot in South Africa. I cannot stop now with your dirty tricks. Now I understand why you wanted me to hand over my passport in February, just like the apartheid police used to do. What a disgrace. As I said in the last paragraph, I said to Zuma crook mistress and her bastard son in the SAA November 2014, game on, stop me if you can. I wish I was in the NPA then. How I wish he was saying this to me. I'm not sure what you have done. I'll take him to court. Even those courts, we've got some reservations. What's your take, advocate?
No, it is true. So those were insulting words, and they have to end up in court. But like I said, I had situations where I was supposed to face conflict. Then thereafter, I had the situation where I was placed under protection due to the serious threats that were imminent, where one of my investigators was assassinated. The threat was that I was also supposed to be assassinated, but NPA acted with speed, and after receiving that information from the SSA, and I was placed under. But yeah, I'm going to open cases.
Now, he sent you another email on the 7th of December 2017. I guess if I swiped 5 billion, I will also need a dirty general, a couple of dirty brigadiers, and dirty rotten prosecutors to help to cover my tax and go after those that were exposing me. You and me will go down in the history, Michael. Me for bringing down 2 chiefs of police in 10 years. You being the first NPA criminal on my radar to go to prison.
Yes.
Have you responded to him when he sent you this email?
I never responded. I was just printing the evidence and keeping it aside, so for in case, for when I open the cases, I would have that evidence because it is self-explanatory. And yes, that was it.
Before you close, let me say this again, this email. As I'm saying, he's insulting everyone. Everyone is stupid according to him and rubbish. He says here, it leads to an inevitable conclusion that a corrupt president and those that have aided and abetted him are planning to call a state of emergency to save themselves from pre-prison. I want to warn you that this type of the last-ditch illegal attempt to silence people will not be tolerated. Now, I shall use my considerable skills and contacts to lawfully undermine the illegal states of emergency. And the states of emergency it's only declared by the president. And yeah. But he undermines everybody. Even the head of state even told us he trained our current president, Cyril Ramaphosa, to be a reserved populist. That's what he told us. You are even said that in terms of the constitution, which was bizarre to say the least. But this is how the arrogancy of these emails which were sent to you, which does not surprise me at all.
In the face of all the evidence that was there against him.
Now, you've been harassed by Paul O'Sullivan for a number of years, am I right?
Yes.
And not only you, am I right?
Yes, not only me. Also Advocate Mzinyati, the DPP, the NDPP, Sean Abrams. Yeah, he was harassing every person.
And then NPA Breitenbach, was he harassed as well? Was she being harassed as well? Or you don't know her then?
No, I just know that in some of the emails, one or two of the emails, when he made those insults, he copied them.
Yeah, because the copies here are very clear. Those evidence are clear here. Now, coming to the issue as well, which I was busy with you on that, because there's a lot of things, unfortunately, you don't have time like the other commission. This, in your statement, you indicated that you believe that the conduct of O'Sullivan and Trent and certain IPID members constituted an enterprise under the Prevention of Organized Crime Act. What evidence led you to believe that their actions form part of the coordinated racketeering and enterprise?
Okay, I summarize the evidence here in accordance with the dates. And I say here, in January 2016, accused number 1 demanded that the complainant, Khomotsho Phatlane, deal with a certain Muno, a general in the SAPS, despite the said accused number 1 having opened a docket with IPID against the said Muno. When the complainant did not accede to his demands, he started threatening him and extorting him, threatening to investigate him, dig up his past, open a docket against him and have him sent to prison. And he further promised to leave the complainant alone if he dealt with the... I see you don't have time,
Yes,
but
yes.
I summarized everything here.
Yeah. No, I understand that. And thank you, Advocate. You know, before my time comes to an end, there's an interdict referred to in your statement obtained by Neil Diamond, who applied for an interdict after being harassed with intimidation and attempted extortion by Paul O'Sullivan. Copy is attached here, is M1. This was one of the reasons which you considered in coming to the conclusion that Mr. O'Sullivan will endanger the safety of other people or will commit a Schedule 1 offense if released on bail. You remember on that case?
Yes.
When you signed the warrant of arrest, I was not aware of the court order. I must be noted. I think that's you, am I right?
Yes, that was me.
As we speak now, all this harassment and intimidation, in your view, from your former colleagues, has it stopped now as we speak?
Intimidation?
Yes,
from
Paul O'Sullivan. Has it stopped harassing
I
people?
think as soon as he hears that the matter against him is going to possibly be re-enrolled. He's going to start harassing the prosecutors involved.
Now, earlier we spoke about the issue of the court order, which gives him a 48 hours notice before, if anyone wants to arrest him.
Yes.
Can you perhaps, in brief, that as we speak now, if he comes in here, the police have a case against him, they want to arrest him. Is it impossible? They have to notice him.
Yes, they have to notice him in order to comply with the court order, unless maybe there is an urgent reason maybe to arrest him, and then we have resort to Section 35, subsection 5, in terms of the unfairness or otherwise, where we can go to court and say that this person was arrested and we had an extraordinary situation where despite the court order, we had reasons to arrest him immediately to prevent harm.
Now, in your view, do you have anyone, do you know anyone in this country who has that privilege?
No. No.
So it means that Paul O'Sullivan, like General Mkwanazi said on the 6th, to say our criminal justice system has been infiltrated, Paul O'Sullivan is one of those who, in fact, we are in this situation in this country where we are because of him.
Partly, so I know I have evidence that shows that he had infiltrated IPID.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Chair.
Honorable